is that it's between the two of them.
Okay.
Because
if we get to the first swamp,
we were right here.
Okay. Okay.
And we need to go a little more.
Yeah, we'll just go. Let's go this way and just muscle our way through, if we can. Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I think we should take the lower road here because the jagger bushes are pretty thick up there.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think this works.
And here we have they've left us a breadcrumb, so we know we're going in the right direction. Yeah, it's got to be right on the other side there. It's just hard getting from this point to there. I was going to try to go up, but the way to skirt around this stuff. Well, the growth of the swamp might deter people that are coming here to vandalize the area from showing up. So, Trailblazer, we're back on. Yeah, we actually do have a trail up here. So after a little heavy-duty trailblazing, we found our way back on the original trail. What's happened over the years is the trail has been filled in really, and you can see it over my shoulder here with the swamp. The swamp used to be much smaller the last time I came out here, and now it's grown to a really serious barrier to getting out here. But we're back on the trail. We're nearing the end of it. Yeah, we did. Hi, Mary Black, right here. There's one of the holes. How sad.
Which name is that?
Well, Andrew, there's a hole in the ground, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Somebody was digging.
And there's supposedly 30 burials in here.
30?
That's what I had read.
Yeah.
You know what that is, right?
Grandfather. Yeah.
Somebody's excavated that. It's Baldwin, yeah, Abraham Baldwin. Baldwin was buried here, Nancy was buried here, but also their son, aged 10 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Baldwin, born August,
49?
yeah.
Died 88.
Yes, and then
Same year that Mary Black died, actually.
and then William, the baby, 10 weeks old, is here
wow.
too.
Now,
Does it
Nancy
say on there?
Baldwin died 9 days after Mary Black did.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you found another one. Oh, shoot.
That's a big one.
See? That is
Someone
breadcrumb.
was drinking back here. Bob.
Yeah.
This one's dug up as well.
This looks like the corner piece to another one, too. That's definitely
It's carved, too.
carved. That's definitely one. An indentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the feel, Bob.
You are
How do you
too.
feel about that?
You are too. I'm wondering if this is just natural subsidence a little bit, or
So-
if somebody started digging at it.
Yeah.
That in there. So it looks like it's something big enough that somebody could have picked up and walked away with.
Man, it wasn't really big.
I think stone-wise, that's all we're going to find.
If you go to the Lawrence County Historical Society and you go down the stairs and open the door to the basement, you walk to the back of the room, and there you will find Mary Black's tombstone. Mary Black's tombstone was brought to the Lawrence County Historical Society in the 1980s after the cops found that the tombstone was being used for satanic rituals. So now, here at the Historical Society, we keep Mary Black's tombstone safe in the basement.
So as the story went, people actually came out to this place to seek her out, and this became a party area. And from a party area, look what we have today.
Yeah.
So it escalated over the years and got worse. And in the late 1980s, you know, this happened. The stone was removed and the body was taken out of the ground. And the good thing is that the authorities brought the stone to the Historical Society for safekeeping. Good thing that it wasn't just brought back here. It would have been a repeat offense, I'm sure. But this is where we're at because of a story. And like I've said before, folklore is fun. We can learn a lot about it too. You can learn a lot about your community from folklore, but it grows. It's like a snowball that grows. Every generation builds on it. And in extreme cases, we have situations like this, where instead of a graveyard here, we've got a bunch of holes in the ground that should be hallowed ground and not holes in the ground. It's a teaching moment. You know, don't let stories like this spiral out of control. And especially maybe with social media today, that things catch fire really quickly. Look to the truth. You know, don't jump to speculations and use common sense.
My name is Joanne Lockley Wetzel, and I am one of the many descendants of Mary Black. She would be my great-great-great-great-grandmother. That's 4 greats, count them. But you know, Harry the Hermit made it personal. You know, he picked out a name, and because of that particular singling out, that specificity on his part, you know, he really changed. He changed some of the history, I believe, associated with Mary Black, and probably not for the better. I love scary stories. Do I believe them? No, I don't. Because we have science now, we can account for all of that, for those things that go bump in the night. I think the human factor and what humans do to each other is much scarier than anything that supernatural could come up with. Yeah, I think that if I could speak to anyone passing on scary stories and people who are digging around in history, I think that the idea is to try to keep it historically accurate. You know, if you want to make up fantasy stories, great, but please don't associate your stories with real historical people who lived and died and who were good, hardworking people and don't deserve to be associated in a negative way.
I guess the easiest way to describe her, she was 87 years old when she died in 1888.
1888.
She had a husband, she had children, and upwards of, was it supposedly 9 children?
I think 9 children. One of them passed away before she immigrated from Ireland.
Yes.
Born in 1801, died in 1888. And the thing is, she lived a normal life. In fact, she had 3 children that fought in the Civil War. One died in a prisoner of war camp. You know, so they were a pioneer family. You know, patriotic. Husband worked on the railroad, or digging the canals, building the canals. What you would consider a pretty typical pioneer family.
Yeah. Well, I guess that when you talk about her past, she really wasn't a witch.
Just a typical lady in the 19th century.
Mhm.